everyone. Good afternoon. How are you? I hope you're well. We are from the Speaking F class with Mr. Fitri as our lecturer, and we are here to discuss what we learned so far for the past 7 weeks with Mr. Fitri. We have learned quite a lot. The first one is uh, we had a meeting with Mr. Fitri, of course, to get to know each other, to introduce ourselves, and of course to know who our lecturer is. In this case, Mr. Fitri. For me, the first time I meet Mr. Fitri in the web meeting at the time is that he's a very energetic person, a very good person, a very funny person in some cases. Of also that he is a kind person, easygoing, and of course a smart person as well. What about you, Sonia? What do you think about Mr. Fitri?
Okay, like what Adi say, Mr. Fitri is really fun,
Yeah.
and I have enjoyed when while class is doing like online or offline. I have enjoy. And what about you?
My first impression to Mr. Fitri, yeah, is he's really fun, and I get to impress when he tell about his scholarship abroad. And what about you, Bella?
My first impression about Mr. Fitri, some of them I enjoy in the class, and Mr. Fitri is a kind person, and I really like uh, the classes.
So for the second meeting or the second chapter is we have doing a video assignment. So in the video we should to introduce our name, what we like and where we are from. And for my video is I have a 5 duration for my video, and always we talk about my hobby. So my hobby is writing and reading. What about you?
So for the video I made, it was about 12 minutes long, and I tell Mr. Fitri about my experiences in the past uh, life, in my school, in my childhood as well, and what I like to do. For example, writing, also listening to music sometimes, and it's very unorthodox way of teaching, in my opinion, but it's fun. We get to learn, we get to practice our speaking as well. We get to practice on how to introduce ourselves and be ready whenever someone asks. What about you? Tanto?
Discuss about a video assignment. I make a 5-minute video because I think all of that is enough to introduce myself. What about you, Wahyu?
I make a video around 3 minutes. In that video, I tell about myself, my hobby, and that video I show my a few novels too. One of my favorite is called Bumi. How about you, Sonia?
In the third chapter, we make a reaction video about poetry from Mr. Fitri uploaded in YouTube. I think in this video there is motivation to study hard to get a scholarship abroad. What about you, Adi?
I think the poetry itself, it's really good poetry. It's really touching. It's really motivating. It's also really sad in some cases, because if I remember correctly, he was talking about the struggles of being a student learning abroad, and in general, it's a good poetry because I also write poetry, so I know what a good poetry is. So yeah, I think it's really fun way of learning, and of course fun way to practice our speaking skill. So Sonia, what do you think about poetry?
I think we all have a motivation from that video. So like for study hard in the future and have a scholarship too,
Yes.
like Mr. Fitri, sorry. And I really like the building in the video.
The background is good.
Yes, yes, it's like white color and like Harry Potter film,
Yeah.
like that. And how about
It's really
you?
old building.
Like that.
Yes, it's for me. The video is so show us about him struggle in in scholarship at Bird at Bird.
Yeah.
In that poetry, I still remember what Mr. Fitri eat at
Yeah.
in that time, and it's a really
Fun.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
really it's
Funny.
really
Touching.
fun, touching for me. Yeah, in chapter 4, we talk about our problem in speaking.
Yeah.
In that time, we talk about our problem in speaking in Google Meet. For me, my problem is I usually get nervous when I talk to a lot of people, and sometimes I get blank when I talk,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'm afraid to make a mistake in pronunciation. How about you, Phil?
My problem in speaking English is a little bit vocab I know, and I feel nervous when I speak English in front of many people. What about you, Adi?
Um, I remember talking to Mr. Fitri that I don't really have any massive problem, but the problem that I have is sometimes that people don't understand my accent because I
Yeah.
speak with British accent sometimes, and of course British accent is a little bit unorthodox, but in people that are still learning the language. But I think, for many of us, I think learning with Mr. Fitri has helped us to solve our problems, and at least make the problem a little bit easier. What about you, Sonia?
I think my problem is not I'm not feeling nervous if I should to speak in public, but sometimes I'm afraid to doing a mistake while I'm speaking in English.
Yeah, I think so far, if you can see it, we have in some steps solved our problem in speaking,
Yeah.
and I hope that we can get better from here. So the final chapter is a vlogging video. So we have to make a vlog, a video about our daily lives. For example, if we go to campus, we take a video of it and show people what do we do and uh, what our activity in the day. So for me, I haven't made the video. I'm sorry for that, but I have this idea about making the video of us, doing these kinds of things, playing together, gathering in maybe in the campus or in the restaurant outside the campus, and try to show people how our us as an English student hang out and what do we talk about, and also what do we do while we're hanging out. So what about you? What do you do?
In this assignment, I make a video in uh, one day. I make a video is explain what is about my home, like my handphone, my television, my motorcycle, and the next day I make a vlog with my friend in one of coffee and solo. What about you, Wahyu?
In that video, I make unboxing an album. It was NCT 127 album,
Yeah.
sticker album. It's that video. It's my first album, and I'm really happy when I'm unboxing this album. And in that album, I get Doyoung photo card. And how about you, Sonia?
Okay, so for the video segment, not I think not about daily life. I think in the video we should find our problem in speaking
Yes.
English, like nervous or sometimes we not have a vocab
Yes.
and not we don't know what doing next. So I have doing my video segment in my home and in the cafe, like with my friend Bella. So I have a duration is 9 minutes.
So those are the 5 chapters that we learned in the past 7 weeks, Miss Smith, with Mr. Fitri, and we are absolutely looking forward to the next 7 weeks in this
Yeah.
semester. It's interesting that because we have different problems, different approach on doing the task, also different approach on how we practice our speaking, but in general we have the same goal. So we really hope that we can increase and getting better at speaking with Mr. Fitri as our lecturer and our guide through this journey to being successful. Now I think that is all that we can discuss for today because the time is so limited, and we hope we can see you again soon. Assalamualaikum.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.